What's up? This your girl Star, you heard me, back with another exclusive interview, you heard me. Today we got my dogs in this bitch, FMM, you heard me. What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up, people?
Cool, man.
This big old FMM shit.
The big old FMM shit, you heard me. Loan Money Gang, you heard me. Stop playing. Well, introduce
Man, Feed the People actually got to, if you know something about his story, he just did 27 and a half years in prison.
Okay,
He was sentenced to die in prison. He had a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, he made it out of here. 27 and a half years later.
Feed the People, give us a little backstory on you, other than I know you was incarcerated. You could.
Right. I'm from the Florida Project, Ninth Ward. That's where I grew up at. Was incarcerated at 18, given a life sentence. They said I wasn't gonna make it to C18.
You good?
They lied. Then they said that I was sentenced to die in prison. They lied again. Cause I ain't in prison no more. I'm out here. So just being young, influenced by all kind of things at a young age, wound up finding myself in prison. But in prison, I wound up learning some things. Wound up finding out who I was at a young age in prison, like about 24 or something like that. And I realized, man, I gotta get out of this place. So I went to the law library. By the grace of God, I learned the law. I got some things from a whole lot of older cats that was inside of the prison. God showed me how to use the law library, told me some things about the law. I learned the law. In doing that, I wound up finding myself, understanding that really I ain't really got to prove nothing to nobody for real. I really gotta, I can educate people, get educated from different people, and like I said, pick up on a whole bunch of things. So I went to helping dudes out with their cases. And before I got out of prison, man, I can't tell you the number of guys, but I can tell you it's over like 50 guys that I helped actually get out of prison who were serving life sentences.
Right.
And my thing was always, when everybody asked me what they can do for me, I always was like, let's tell somebody about me. You can't really do nothing for me as it relates to no monetary things, but tell somebody about me. So, people was hearing about what I was doing inside of prison. My thing was always treat people how you want to be treated, not the way they treat you.
Right.
So that's what I did. In prison, I was feeding the people. I was doing the same thing. And right before I came home, and I came home in 2021, in December 2021. So the pandemic had hit, like right before that. And we was locked down in prison in a dormitory, and God said feed the people. So I'm like, feed the people. I thought something was wrong. I thought I was like going crazy or something. I'm like, feed the people? What you talking about? I don't even understand. Who said feed the people?
Right.
But God kept saying feed the people. And then I went to reflecting like, man, this is actually what I do already. So just helping people, and that what feed the people mean. Feed the people mean to just, if you got something to give somebody, I don't care what it is, man, give it to them.
Right.
God didn't give you these talents or these gifts for you to be selfish with them, to keep them.
Thank you.
Help somebody else out. Each one help one. If you know how to do grants, man, do some grants to some people. Show somebody how to do grants. Whatever it is, it don't matter. So, I came home, was fortunate enough to be able to get a life sentence back because my lawyer was ineffective. And I came home, was blessed enough to get a job at the public defender's office. That's where I work at now.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And still doing the same thing, helping guys out.
Okay.
Helping guys that's in prison, helping guys get out of prison. Just really understanding
That's dope.
that, it's good. I done been to Yale, Harvard, UCLA. I done been all over talking about this stuff. And I only been home almost 3 years.
Really?
Yes.
Lord.
And I'd have been all over talking about, just helping people and feeding the people. So the daily messages are inspired by just that. I'll never know what I'm going to say each morning when I say it.
Right.
It's like I turn the camera on and it just come out. Because these are life experiences and I want to share them.
Right.
I don't want nobody to ever say they didn't know.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
So you're going to know better.
So you do come on the internet every day and give people inspirational
Yes, on Instagram.
messages every day.
Every morning. Every morning, I started off by saying, God said,
How was it for y'all to adapt? I know everybody in experienced jail time or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, y'all was gone for a little minute. So how was it for y'all to adapt the new generation and what's going on in the music?
oh, man. Say, I'm going to tell you this. Man, it's just a time transitioning from prison to being free after being gone for a long time. You know, anybody who's incarcerated for over, I think, a year, 5 years, a year, whatever like that, you become institutionalized.
Yeah.
You know, in all kind of different ways where people don't know. And then you traumatize. It's not normal for somebody to be in prison 27 years, 30 years, 20 years. That's not normal. But you learn to normalize it while you're inside of prison. So having to come home and adapt to what's going on, it was like the Jetsons to me. You know, when I got locked up, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have self-checkout.
Right,
So
right,
picture
that's what I'm
me
saying.
3 days home at Walmart at self-checkout. And then people
Didn't know
talking
what to
about,
do.
yeah, and the woman talking about slide your card. What card? I don't got no card. I got money in my pocket.
Right.
You know, it's just adapted to all kind of different things. And you seeing the
It was
younger
weird.
generation, what they doing. I got nephews. You know, I got nieces. I got family, young family members. And just seeing how advanced they are compared to when we were young.
Right.
Just seeing the things that they're doing. And I'm like, man, it's just like really like crazy. So, you know, what I did is a lot of times, that's who I go to. I go to like the young people. The young people in my family, if I want to know something as it relates to technology and all kind of different things. But you know, by the time I came home, it's like the teenagers was just wilding. They was just going crazy. And people was talking about they didn't want to have nothing to do with the youth, this, that, and the 54. But I'm like, man, the children the future.
Right.
How you going to give up on them?
Right.
Definitely.
You know, how you going to be bad children then? I think it was kind of like bad parenting.
Right.
You know, in order for the children to get bad, because
Right.
they're children, they kids.
Right.
You know, things are more advanced. It's not going to be like it was when we was young, because
Exactly.
things are more advanced now.
Yo.
So you got to teach them better. You got to know better. You got to try to teach them better. You got to do better by them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that, you know, they should be unruly. No, we got rules. And I think that's kind of like one of our main problems, period, as a people. We are unruly.
Yeah.
Nobody don't want to follow rules,
Right.
but they got rules everywhere. But if you learn the rules, then you know how to, you know, do whatever you need to do. And we just are unruly people.
Yeah.
So when it's cool when the grown-ups or whatever like that, they break the rules, it's all good. But when the kids break the rules, you want to throw them away forever. I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's something crazy to say. What I've learned in studying law is that the mind doesn't fully mature. A male mind doesn't fully mature until he's 24 years old.
Yeah. So you had learned that in
Yes, I learned that. That's actually case law for real. They got
That's
a
case
United
law,
States
but us
Supreme
women
Court law.
been telling y'all.
Yes, yeah, but look, and that's another thing I learned in prison. That my mama actually knew what she was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Look, I found
Bad
myself.
boy.
Look, I found myself
Bad
in
boy.
prison one day. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, guess what? Remember you told me that I was gonna wind up in a world of trouble?"
Who?
She said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm there now. I'm in a world of trouble right now." You know, I was telling. Look, we went to school and talked to some of the young guys yesterday, and I told them, and I said, "Man, your mama know better than you think you can ever know." Because they was here before you. They experienced these things before you.
Right.
And a woman's intuition is a lot of time better than a man's intuition because
is.
we gonna act.
Yeah.
A women gonna sit back and think. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that collaboration between a real man and a real woman is a hell of a collaboration.
Yes, yes, yes. What about
Yes.
you, bro?
Music, man, I've been musically inclined. You know, when I was young, I was in a band. You know, and I actually know music. I just was telling them that, like the balls and the spaces, you know, FACE, BDF. If you know music, you know what I'm talking about. You know, so I really always liked the music, and you know, the sound in New Orleans. I'm inspired by that. I love the Notorious Big. You know, I love rap. I love people that really can actually get down for real. I just love rapping in itself. And when I came from prison and I saw the music industry and the energy that was inside the music industry in the city, man, I was big old happy.
Yes,
And
indeed.
you know, even in prison, I was seeing that a lot of people were stealing things from New Orleans, and I'm like, damn, why they taking all our stuff?
Right.
Because I'll be
Right.
like, man, that's us. I hear that
Yes.
beat. I hear that.
Yes.
I see that dance. I'm like, that's us. That's our. We've been doing that. When they were
Yes.
saying that people don't like bounce, we were doing bounce. That was our thing.
Yeah.
So to come home and see that the young brothers evolved past bounce, but still got bounce mixed with their sound and mixed with their music. Man, I love it. I love it, man. I reach out to a whole lot of young brothers that be following me, or I might run across their music, and I be like, man, I take my hat off to you, and I try to keep pushing them to go further. But like Bosco said, all kind of things inspire me. Because I know that we are bigger than our circumstances. We're bigger than what people think that we are. So I'm always trying to encourage and uplift. I'm inspired by women. The women I see today that's doing extremely well. Even the ones that's struggling and still trying to do well. I'm inspired by that. I'm acquainted with some women that came home from St. Gabriel just to hear their story about domestic violence. That's big. Right. I was looking at it from a whole different standpoint, but I'm inspired by their story because I'm really understanding that, man, if you just watch and you let this thing go on and you don't do nothing, it's just like you participating in that thing as it relates to domestic violence. I didn't understand none of that right there. So I'm always inspired. I always like to say that I'm on a journey to understand it all, so I'll be forever learning. I'll never know it all. So I'm a student of life. Man, I love learning about new things. Yeah. Not only do I want to feed the people, in feeding the people, I'm going to eat from the people too.
Okay.
So that's why I say feed the people, because I won't eat, man. I'd rather touch 1 million lives than have $1 million. And I know if I touch 1 million lives, man, I really did something for real.
That makes sense. That really makes sense. And you have a video out?
Yes, I have a video out with my boy Latelli, Feed the Streets. The name of the song is Feed the Streets.
Okay.
Latelli reached out to me, and we went in the studio. We done the song. He reached out to me again. He wanted to shoot the video. We shot the video. Right. We shot it in his hood, uptown, the Third Wall, Josephine, and we shot it in my hood, in the Florida Project. Okay. So shout out to BMG Snoop, YD the illest, BMG D9D, all the YD Tab was in the video with me, Side Black, just bringing the homies along,
That's dope. In order to, what advice could y'all give the up and coming artists that's really trying to, for instance, maybe want to join y'all label one day?
Right. Just work hard.
Create yourself.
Yeah, create yourself. Yeah, definitely, and work hard, and listen. I think one of the most slept on things from people, period, is effective listening. You got to know how to listen for real. You got to really listen and tune in to understand what's going on, not what's going on in your mind, but what's going on around you. Right. Because if you listen good, that means you know where to go at. You know the things to do. You see the things that's missing. And man, you can be whatever you want to be. Yeah. Don't let nobody put no limitations on nothing you doing. Right. You only can put limits on yourself.
Right. Facts.
And that's from Feed the People, baby. Stop playing. You heard me?
Trying your good. So don't compare me to no Rockwallers. Put me on your bottom dollar, because I got the power to spit for about 6 or 7 hours and devour these cowards. This is the King Kong Marathon, starring Your Highness, Florida Project's finest, with that keep hit rewind spit. Keep hit rewind if you're trying to define sick. Nigga soft, Kirk Heinrich. I'm from the ghetto. I'll show you how hungry a lion get. That's why I treat them haters like scrambled eggs or fried potatoes, or like pineapple now-laters. You're in the presence of one of the greatest. Minus the distribution. Inside that gallery, shooting and tooting like screw retribution. I'm from a city where it's a reward to catch a murder charge, and a couple of bullet scars to help you murder broads. Therefore, as an adolescent, we fire weapons at our brethren. For the love of money outside the church, trying to snatch the reverend. Crucial upbringing, thug mentality based upon the hangings. And they got the nerve to ask me, why do live men continue to sin? Have you ever been trapped in a hallway when masked men spin the book? Reaching for your waist, you ain't got no fire on. While them boys fired weapons that were fired in Vietnam. That's how I survived the lies they told after they separated from the tribes. I say I ain't came for violence, I lied. Cock that slide back, please. Random shots to their face, fool. Feel that city breeze.
But yeah, man, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Like an army, you heard me?
That's how we move.
Yes, Lord, you already know that. Y'all have any shots out before we go?
Man, shout out to everybody, man. The whole Florida Pete, the whole city,
man. Shout out to the whole New Orleans, man. Shout out to the whole city, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
like uptown, downtown, New
all
Orleans,
the artists. Everybody,
the West Bank, all the artists, everybody that's out here grinding, putting in that work, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. All the bloggers, the podcasts, like, you know what I'm saying? Man. Like, all y'all play a part, the DJs. Like, shout out to all y'all, man.
Definitely,
You heard
man.
me?
Shout
And
out.
we signing out, you heard me? They officially got plugged with Restyle, you heard me? Shout out to I Said What I Said. Shout out to Stupid Little Bitch. Shout out to High Society, Nola, you heard me? Y'all make sure y'all shot with her. And we out to the next episode, you heard me? Let's go.
God said feed the people, so it's lunchtime. I done got plugged with Restyle.